Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to another episode of Soapbox Sports. Clean takes, bold debate, straight from the Soapbox. Ryan, crazy weekend in King football, man. But how you feeling, man? You had a good weekend?
We live. We live, baby. Hey.
Yes.
The NFL jumping, the NBA jumping. Boy, we got a lot to talk about. I'm feeling great, though.
A lot of changes, man. A lot of changes. Changes in the air. Spring is in the air. Allergies, pollen count is up. But you know it's also up, man. A lot of changes in the NFL. Brian, where do you want to start, man? The best signing so far?
Man, let's go. Yeah, let's jump. Let's
Honestly,
dive
it's
right
personal opinion. It's really like personal opinion. So, who's your best signing so far on the offensive side? We'll do offense, defense. Offensive side so far, what's the best signing that you like? It doesn't have to be the splashy one that everybody's talking about, but which one did you like the most, man?
I mean, there's been a lot of moves, Chris. A lot of moves, but I gotta go with Isaiah Likely to the New York Giants. Listen, John Harbaugh got his guy. He said, "My guys come with me," and this is a big steal
Yep.
from the Baltimore Ravens, who already lack weapons. So not only is it good for the Giants, I think it's a good move to take weapons away from other teams. So I like that. Malik Neighbors and Jackson Dart, Isaiah Likely, it's a good tandem for sure.
I like that, man. I like that. And listen, if everything falls their way, they might get that running back out of Notre Dame, Love. Then
Yup.
next you cook it,
The
man.
1-2 combo. Oh
You
yeah.
cook it with your neighbors and all the rest of them. That's an offense that's gonna be need to be messed with. For me, I like what the Chiefs did, man. It was late in the afternoon. They signed Kenneth Walker. They're at 9. They probably weren't going to be able to get Love because he'll probably be off the board by then. And they really needed to address the running back position. Ever since Pacheco went down, he hasn't looked the same. They tried to do it with Kareem Hunt. He's one of the best like goal line finishers, but he's not your number one feature back. You can't have it. They tried to address it with Edwards-Helaire. That really didn't work out. I honestly thought he'd pop. But yeah, it's something that they really need to address. Kenneth Walker, he's shown some stability at the position. Shared it a little bit with Charbonnet down the stretch there with in Seattle, but I think as the premier back, carrying the load as the number one guy, I think he'll do a wonderful job. But he's going to have to catch the ball a little bit better with that Chiefs offense. That's the only problem. But outside of that, I do like what the Chiefs did because it was an area of concern for them for a long time. They got to be able to run the football. Can't have
Yeah,
Patrick.
and it's still an area of concern. He doesn't solve the problems.
He doesn't. Yeah.
Listen, it's just the last impression is what sticks with everyone. But Kenneth Walker by far was losing his starting job to Charbonnet.
Oh yeah.
Charbonnet, yeah, and he wasn't having a great season. I had him in fantasy, and I was very disappointed. Rolling him out week to week, hoping he finally, start running and getting, having 100-yard games. So I feel like he warranted it with his Super Bowl performance, but overall, the Seahawks won that. But let's flip it on the other side because we got to talk defensive signings, and there's been a lot of shifts. We're only going to stick with free agents, though. Because I liked a few trades too, but we're gonna stick with free agent. We do trades too, but Jalen Phillips. Jalen Phillips to the Panthers. Listen, I thought Panthers had a fluke season. They're acquiring the necessary talent to make sure last year wasn't a fluke season. And what was their best side of the ball last year? The defense. The defense made noise, and they strengthened that side of the ball with Jalen Phillips. And they take him away from the Eagles. Like I stated, sometimes it's not always getting the best player, even though he was one of the top free agents. But sometimes it's just about taking away assets from somebody else and depleting somebody else's roster. So I like what the Panthers did.
That's a good one. You almost killed me when you said we only had to do free agents.
No, we opened it up.
The best one for me was McDuffie to the Rams. Didn't have a great year last year. I was one of the main ones saying trade him before 1 year too soon before it's 1 year too late. And I think they did it. They did the right thing. They had to open up some space this year. They typically draft well from the corner position. And then it's an area of need for the Rams. McDuffie, he's more of like a slot corner. So I don't understand him getting like being the highest paid corner in the league. It really just shifts the market around for what Christian Gonzalez is going to get now. But I think this is a win-win for both sides. Chiefs needed to get open up some cap space. They weren't going to be able to have the ability to pay him. And Rams needed a corner because boy, oh boy, did that defense taper off down the stretch. I think it's a win-win. Helps both sides. So I liked it. And I do think that it puts the Rams in the best position to win the NFC.
Yeah. And I almost went with that one, but I just feel like the Rams gave up too much for McDuffie. This draft class is looking like it's going to be one of the greatest ever, just based off the combine. And the Rams get a first-round draft pick for this year. I believe a 5th and a 6th. And another pick as well. So 4 picks for McDuffie, and McDuffie got the bag. So this is kind of like Rams, Jalen Ramsey move back in the day. So hopefully it pays off where they spend the big bucks on a corner like previously. But yeah, let's keep going. We got a ton of moves, man. It's hard to even cover everything that just happened today. What about the most shocking move so far?
For me, they happened late in the day. Mike Evans, 49ers. That was a big shocker. Mike Evans is blood in, blood out for me. I thought for Tampa Bay. Drafted there, had all the success, 11 straight 1,000+ yard seasons. It just made sense for you to retire as a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. I do like the option of him, betting on himself a little bit in the late stage of his career. I don't know if I like the destination so much. We'll see what happens. The verdict is still out on Brock Purdy. That's the only biggest problem I have with it. Do I think he's better than Baker Mayfield? I don't know. I really don't. But he'll be one of the best quarterbacks outside of Tom Brady that Mike Evans has had. So I expect the production to probably still be there. And then he'll be, again, a number one guy because going into next year on the Bucs, he probably wasn't going to be the one. He's more than likely going to be the 2. So he can still prove that he is that guy and also has the opportunity to get a bag. But picturing him outside of a Bucs jersey is going to be a little bit weird. But
definitely hard. Didn't expect that because the Bucs wanted him back. But just to add a note, the 49ers are about to release Brandon Ayuk. So yeah, but he sees receiver 1, receiver 2 opportunities where we know in Tampa he was falling down the depth chart. So
yeah,
like you said, he betting on himself. But for my shocking move, I didn't see it coming. Maybe you did. Tua being let go, and Malik Willis to the Miami Dolphins, and it happened so fast. Free agency started, Tua release, Malik in. They did an interview on Pat McAfee within the hour with Malik Willis. He was already in Miami, Chris. He was already training in Miami. I'm like, dog, maybe they had that cooking in the works, but before free agents started, Malik Willis was one of the hottest names in the quarterback position. Miami wasn't so hot on the radar for getting him. It was like Steelers, potentially the Browns, anyone that really, really desperate for a quarterback. And it makes sense because the defensive coordinator, Haley, went to Miami, bringing this guy Malik Willis over. So, shocking trade of the day. We'll see how it goes. I'm not too sold.
I wasn't shocked Tua got released. The Malik Willis thing happening as fast as it did, that was a little bit crazy. But Tua getting released, not too shocking. Them eating that money, okay, that's probably the only shocking part about
that's
it.
Why. That's what had me. I'm like, just let him finish it out.
Yeah, but he just wasn't productive, man. At the end of the day,
So. And they got Malik Willis. I wouldn't say at a discount, but on a friendly.
Right.
He's making 22. No, it's for someone who hasn't proven anything. 22 and a half a year. It's good for him.
$1 million guaranteed, bro.
Yeah.
That's
what has he proven? What has he proven? So I mean, it works out for the Dolphins at the end of the day. we gonna see what happens. But who left, Chris? Who the best? Who the best left on the table?
Easily, bro. So we'll switch this up a little bit. Best left and where they should go. For me, it's Trey Hendrickson. Easily the best defensive player still available. Probably thought he'd probably be the best free agent defensive player that was available. Crosby wasn't a free agent, so let's make sure we qualify that. Cowboys, like, what are we waiting on, bro? You got Gary today. You got Quentin Williams. Imagine Trey Hendrickson on that front. And then with that offense, bro, like, honestly, it puts you right back into the Super Bowl talks, puts you in a position that you haven't been in the last 30 years, potentially in the NFC Championship game. I think it's a no-brainer. Cowboys, Trey Hendrickson, match made in heaven. Go make this happen.
Yeah. No, 100%. That's awesome. But the best free agent or the most impactful free agent, that's what I'm gonna go with. Kyler Murray. Yeah. I think he playing his cards right. He wasn't too aggressive in this free agent period. He's weighing his options because you want to see what teams do. You want to make sure you go to the best team so that you can look good in the end. And that's probably going to be the Minnesota Vikings, that's where it's leaning or heading towards. But I don't know. I feel like he should come to Atlanta, even with Tua coming. I feel like Kyler Murray should come to Atlanta. They have the weapons. He would fit the city. So, I mean, that's where I would like to see him. But I feel like Vikings is
three hurt quarterbacks on your roster, Ryan. Like, you had 3 hurt quarterbacks.
Kyler Murray not that hurt. He ain't as hurt as the other 2.
Yeah, nah. I agree with you though. Kyler's probably the most impactful one still out there.
Yeah,
Brian, you know, we all know where he's going.
He's going to Minnesota.
Yeah, like
Justin. Hey, you can't say no to Justin Jefferson.
Yeah,
you can't say no.
Yeah.
But I feel like Atlanta in this division is the place you want to be. That division, the NFC North, you ain't trying to go to that division, fam.
Brian, I'm gonna be real. The NFC South is not as easy as it looks anymore. That Jalen Phillips thing, it does a lot for the Panthers. The Saints, we expect them to be good. I don't know about the Buccaneers. They're probably
last. Tabo's fired.
But yeah, I don't think the NFC South is some cakewalk anymore. And then Falcons, we'll see what happens with the whole James Pierce thing, but they usually get a little boost with the Kevin Stefanski first-year tags. So
yeah, cool. Well, let's hop on over to the other side. Let's talk a little bit more about the trade activity and the impact of these trades. So this is how we're gonna do it, Chris. There's been multiple trades. You tell me which trade you believe is going to have the biggest impact on the team. We have a few listed on our agenda, but the one we start with is going to be the one you feel like is the most impactful.
I think the easiest and low-hanging fruit one is Crosby, so I'm not even going to talk about it.
Brian, you think it's? I don't even think it's Crosby.
I mean, all right, so I'm glad we're on the same page because everybody's kind of low-hanging one is Crosby. Actually, let me hear this because I don't want to steal yours. Go ahead, go first. Actually, because all
right. So mine is actually Michael Pittman to the Steelers.
Okay, all right, I like that one.
Michael Pittman, the trade today, sending Michael Pittman to the Steelers, has made them more attractive. One for Aaron Rodgers, or for any quarterback that is looking to go to a team that has great stability in the Steelers. Always in the playoffs, but now you get 2 number ones, Michael Pittman and DK Metcalf. I feel like that opens up the door to what's been the Steelers' biggest issue, and that's the offensive side of the ball. So I feel like that changes the trajectory for the Steelers on, 1, if Aaron Rodgers comes back, at least he'll have more weapons, and 2, their biggest issue, offense.
Okay, I like that one. I'm gonna go wide receiver as well. The biggest one for me is Wan'Dale Robinson to the Titans. they needed receivers, bro. Desperately.
Yeah.
Desperately needed some receivers. I think Brian Daboll with Cam Ward, at the very least, you should see that Daniel Jones first season that he had with the Giants. Yeah, you should get that uptake. Having another guy he knows from that Giants, like you said, plucking his guy, Wan'Dale Robinson, was pretty productive with a mediocre quarterback in Daniel Jones. I think with Cam Ward, it elevates the whole situation. They got the I forget his name. I'm sorry, I can't remember his name. It was another rookie. He led them in all the receptions. That can't be the case. And then they have a nice tight end. Another guy whose name I can't say, so I'm not even going to try. Like for real, shout out to Tennessee, man. They drafted a lot of African players. So, but they're listen. I think that's gonna help Cam Ward elevate a lot to the point where, honestly, bro, the AFC South might be one of the most competitive divisions coming up into next year.
Yeah, we'll see what the Colts do. But no, I like that. But let's talk about some of the other trades, though. The ones we didn't mention. We already know who our most impactful are. Yeah. But DJ Moore to the Bills. Chris, that's a big deal. What's been the biggest issue for the Buffalo Bills? Weapons. Josh Allen doing it alone. He had Stephon Diggs before. Now he gets DJ Moore. Do you think this weapons puts them over the top? Do you think they make it to the Super Bowl?
No.
Not enough?
Not enough. I like DJ, man. I do, but DJ's a borderline one. He's a definite 2. He's a borderline 1. Josh needs a 1. He needs somebody you can rely on. They haven't been the same since Diggs left. And if you look at Josh before Diggs and Josh after Diggs, it's really not much of a difference in terms of numbers. In terms of passing numbers. He's rushing a lot more, getting a lot more rushing touchdowns, whatever. But he needs a guy he can rely on. So I think they probably need to go get a 1. If they can find a way to go get A.J. Brown, go get A.J. Brown, bro. A.J. Brown and DJ Moore, that pushes the needle for me. Yeah, that'll be my team in the AFC for sure. But
facts. No, you're
I just don't know with DJ Moore. He's just not. He just doesn't.
DJ Moore is a deep threat. I give you that. Yeah. He's a burner. Like even with the Panthers, like he was long ball, go get it. Awesome. You need a possession receiver. You need a guy like a A.J. Brown who can not only beat players deep, but he can get you those first downs on those key possessions. So DJ Moore don't move the needle. It's something better than what they had before, that's for sure. Because Keon Coleman don't look like it's happening with him. No, and it'd be nice if they stop depending so much on, the running back or tight end so much. So DJ Moore doesn't move the needle for me. What's the ceiling for this team?
AFC Championship game. But I'd even be surprised if they got there. I'm just gonna be real. Unless something happens between now and the start of the season where, all right, maybe it's not DJ Moore. Maybe they get another receiver, another borderline 1.
Yeah.
I don't know who that could possibly be, but maybe they trade with the Jags for Brian Thomas Jr. or something. All right.
Oh, garbage. Don't mention him. Don't mention him. But then what about the floor? What about the floor then?
The floor, they missed the playoffs. New coach.
Too much pressure. Listen, I'm not ruling it out. Every team we had going to the Super Bowl last season basically didn't make the playoffs. Maybe it's the Bills' turn this year because they were supposed to go to the Super Bowl this year and they blew it. Now they need to take a season off. They probably need to take some time
into a new stadium.
The Chiefs took some time off. The Ravens took some time off. Maybe it's their turn. DJ Moore ain't it. All right, Max Crosby to the Ravens. That one was fireworks. Not expected. Is it the big splash, Chris, for the Ravens that we expected?
No, I don't think this moves the needle at all for them. Again, like so my problem is with this is that I feel like they gave away a little bit too much. And right there in the second line, I said they need to prioritize getting Lamar one. I like Zay Flowers. I like the rest of those guys, but Lamar really hasn't had a guy like he can actually throw the ball to who's a number one receiver. They could have addressed this in other different ways. You know what I'm saying? Like splash a little bit of cash on like Caleb Von Chasen, Jalen Phillips, some guys who probably aren't going to make Max Crosby money, and you could have still held on to your picks. You gave up 2 ones, and then more than likely they're going to be in the 20s and the 30s, those picks anyway. I mean, late 20s, early 30s, hopefully. But it has to pan out now. We talked about pressure for the Bills. At least with the Bills, you could kind of really see a deficiency. With this team on paper, there really isn't of a deficiency, even though I just mentioned that one problem. But Lamar has found ways to overcome that. So, yeah, bro, you got to win the Super Bowl. But I just feel like they gave up too much to try and win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Max Crosby brings an attitude. He brings a moxie to him that honestly resembles the old Ravens, Terrell Suggs, Ray Lewis, and them. They were 29th in sacks last season. He'll probably bring them to 21st. I don't know if this moves the needle. Like you said, Lamar Jackson needs an offensive weapon. As they just lost the biggest piece to Lamar Jackson's offense last year, Isaiah Likely. So plus
in his center.
In his center. So I feel like they're right back at square one. So like the trade, love the news wire that it brought, but I don't believe that this really shakes things up too much though. Max Crosby is great. But on that note, let's do some over-unders for the AFC North then. Yeah. And let's kick it off with the Ravens. Their over-under is at 10.5, Chris. Do you have them at 10.5 next season?
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, I agree with you. Bounce back year for the Ravens. I feel like last year was a fluke. Lamar Jackson was hurt. They'll get 11 wins just by being the Ravens. Yeah. Let's go Steelers. Their line is at 8.5.
Under.
Is that under?
Under. Don't care who the new wide receiver is. I don't know who's still playing quarterback. That defense is another year older. Under. Mike McCarthy? No, stop it. Under.
I'm gonna go over. Mike McCarthy doesn't lose regular seasons games. I don't know if he's ever had a losing season, but he's up there in win percentage. I'll tell you that. So he'll figure out how to win. And also, he's from Pittsburgh, so he's gonna be coaching with a lot of passion, which he lacked in Cowboys. Bengals 9.5.
Under,
boy, under. Under the sea.
You lost arguably your second best player on your team in Trey Hendrickson. All due respect, Joe Burrow just hasn't found ways to stay healthy. We don't want to see him unhealthy, but it just is what it is with Cincinnati. And I don't expect that defense to be any better. Maybe they'll finally fire Zach Taylor when they go under. So I'm going under for sure.
Yes, sir. Under the sea. More the same for the Cincinnati Bengals, man. I don't see any changes that warrant success. I mean, we've been giving them the benefit of the doubt since they went to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
It's time to stop. It's going to be the same thing next year. And I expect Joe Burrow not to retire a Bengal, not to be there even much longer if this season doesn't pan out. Lastly, the Browns, 6.5. Over under.
Under.
Hey, they need to do Hard Knocks though for the Browns. I mean, that's gonna be the most entertaining thing for them all season because it's gonna be a long season.
Yeah, it's gonna be a real long season, man. I don't anticipate Myles Garrett will be there by the trade deadline. That's why I'm really going under because the writing will be on the wall within the first 4 weeks. They're just not there yet. They're too young. Just all across the board. They're probably one of the youngest teams in the NFL, and I like Shedeur, but they got to figure out that quarterback situation. But so yeah, under for me.
Yeah, the Browns' entire offensive line was not under contract for this season. So essentially, they have to overpay now in free agency to get an offensive line. So they just signed Chargers Zion Johnson to signed the Chargers guard. He's only one of the 5 offensive linemen on the team. And the fact that they don't have any offensive linemen means that they have to pay more for offensive line. So the Browns are browning under. So that is all for the AFC North. We ended it on a brown note, but let's keep it going, man. Let's talk about some winners, teams that we expect to do well this season. With all the changes, Chris, kick it off with your Super Bowl odds or your Super Bowl favorites. And we're going to do 10. We're going to throw 10 in there. We're going to cast a wide net now since it's so early. And then we don't want to narrow it down because things can change as we speak. So, Chris, let me get your 10 teams.
All right, so this is real early, and honestly, I was really just spitballing these teams. Don't really focus on the order, but I just feel like these are the best 10 teams with the best chances to win the Super Bowl next year. Number 1, Ravens, obviously on paper, just stellar. 2, Super Bowl champs, Seahawks, got to put them in there. 3, Rams, game away. 4, Jags, young team, looking to make the next leap. We'll see what happens with their trades. Number 5, going with the Bears, another young team looking to make that leap. 6, we want Packers. I might knock them down. They just lost Rashawn Gary. We don't know what Micah's going to look like, so we'll see what happens there. Number 7, Patriots. We'll see again, young team schedule. 8, Lions. 9, I'm putting them back up there, the Chiefs. And then rounding us out at number 10, the Bills. These are the teams that I think have the best chance to win the Super Bowl going into next year, man.
Yeah. Just a few omissions on your end. What the hell is the Broncos? You left them out. Is it the Bo Nix injury, or you just don't believe?
I don't believe, bro.
Reproduce what happened.
Yeah, last year was a fluke, bro. They're very Mitchell Trubisky Bears. Very Mitchell Trubisky Bears.
Okay, man. I love the list. Outside of the Broncos not being on there, we can always throw some names. There'll probably be some names in the hat that we don't expect next season. But yeah, NFL has been delivering for us, but now it's time to switch over to some ball. The NBA is cracking down as we're getting closer and closer to the playoffs. Things are heating up. And while things are heating up, Jason Tatum comes back. Oh, my goodness. We did not expect 10 months rehabbing his Achilles injury, did a special surgery, and he already came back for the Celtics this past Friday against the Mavs. Chris, what do you think about his performance? Did he look good? Did you expect more? Did you expect less?
Brian, the NBA has loosened their anti-doping policies, bro. This is the only explanation. This is the only explanation. Yo, I'm expecting some type of rust. And, it's only 2 games, small sample size. Maybe he will get rusty a little bit, but he looked amazing. He looked amazing, man. Didn't look like he missed time at all, honestly. It's scary, bro. It's really scary to think about what they can be. Let's just say if he gets his sea legs back under him right in time for the playoffs. I was not expecting this at all. I think Jason Tatum and the Celtics looked really good. Does this make them the favorites? I thought they were the favorites without him coming out the East. I might be picking them to win the championship. I'm just being real right now. Thoughts?
Yeah, man. He had 15 points, 12 rebounds, 7 assists. It was against the Mavericks. So I'm like, well, that's expected. That was a nice warm-up game. Whatever. They play the Cavs Sunday. Blew the Cavs out. And I'm a Cavs fan. So I'm thinking it's a litmus test for us. See how Jason Tatum, 20 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. And it's scary hours for the NBA. Because it's been wide open the entire season. Nobody could put their finger on it. Even the OKC started to look human, look mortal. And then the Celtics get Jason Tatum back, and he looks like Jason Tatum of old. It looks like he just took a back seat and let this be Jaylen Brown's team for now. But how's he going to look in 6 weeks? I'm nervous. As he gets more healthy, I'm nervous. So, Chris, Celtics are the favorites, not just of the East, but of the entire NBA.
One concern, Brian, I don't like though is there's no minutes restrictions.
But you said the doping policies.
Yeah,
they lifted them for him. They needed their ratings boost. They had to
guys get ankle injuries, man, and they'll come back 25 minute restriction. This man, no minutes restriction. He's playing 28 minutes a night.
Yeah.
First 2 games, you tore your Achilles, bro. Like that's insane. And then that team, Boston, man, they're scary. Bro.
They've been cheating their entire history.
They're scary.
Boston been cheating their entire history, but yeah, scary team. Not like I stated, not just the best team in the East, the best team in the NBA. And if we get a Celtics OKC final, that would be lit. That's the finals right there. But the Celtics like to fold. They like fold to the Knicks or something like that. So interesting to see. Congrats to Jason Tatum, man. He looked good out there. Woe to my Cavs.
Well, I'm about to say, man, we can't just waltz past your Cavs. What I tell you,
woe to my Cavs. I mean, we ain't pretending nothing, bro. We here. We ain't had Jared Allen. That's what was wrong. We ain't had Jared Allen that game. He the best. He been the best player since Harden got here. So we gonna see though. We gonna see. But yeah, Anthony Edwards.
Yep.
Dropped his all-time starting 5. Steph Curry, point guard. Him at the 2. Jordan at the 3. Kevin Durant at the 4 because that's his favorite player. And Shaquille O'Neal at the 5. Chris, let's do a little draft. Let's do a little game. You get first pick. We do a snake draft starting at the point guard. We're going to try and build a team to beat Anthony Edwards' all-time starting 5. So, kick it off at the point guard position, Chris. Who you taking?
I'm taking Jason Kidd, man. I grew up in Jersey watching the Nets point guard do his thing, take us to back-to-back finals. One of the top 5 point guards of all time. We'll go Jason Kidd for my point guard.
No, I like it. Defensive guard, I'm going with Chris Paul to start it off. Chris Paul. This is about team construction. It's about the team construction.
Magic was right there for you, though. I want you to know that.
Listen, you're going to see why. I'll explain it later. All right, two guard. I'm going Kobe. This was the team we were supposed to have back in 2012, but the NBA vetoed it. I'm going Kobe at the 2. Who you got?
Dwayne Wade. All around great combo guard.
All right, bet you got the 3, small forward.
It was hard because he put Jordan as his small forward. I want to be clear, Jordan's a 2 guard, but I'm gonna go Larry Legend here. One of the greatest shooters of all time, great defender, great facilitator. Did it at the highest level. Yeah. Legend, Larry Bird.
Yeah, I'm going with Kawhi Leonard. 3-time champ.
2-time.
Won it 2-time? Spurs, Toronto. He didn't get 2 with the Spurs? No.
He
came 14, yeah. 2-time champ though. 2 different teams.
Finals MVP.
Finals MVP, Defensive Player of the Year. Baby Jordan. Let me see what I'm building. All right, at the 4. Since we being a little fluid on the position, I'm going LeBron James at the 4. You got to have a GOAT at 4.
For me, KG. Can't go wrong. Grit, toughness, a little bit of floor spacing, and then ultimately defense, obviously.
Yeah. KG, perfect matchup for KD. Probably the best player ever who would to guard KD, if you think about it.
You would lock KD up.
Yeah, hands down. And then lastly, I'm going Kareem, the best center of all time, the former all-time scoring champion, all-time leader in scoring, 5-time or 6-time champ, either 5 or 6, multiple MVPs. Go ahead.
This one was tough for me because y'all know me, man. I was gonna go Jokic, but to go up against Shaq and Kareem, nah, you gotta have some type of defense. So I went with Hakeem Olajuwon for my center. Anchor it down low in the post.
No,
Greatest footwork down low. So yeah, well-rounded team. Needed somebody who can anchor down low, and then everybody else can bring the ball up or do whatever on the defensive side. So I'm gonna say this. Both our teams is smashing Anthony Edwards' team.
He don't know he the weakest link. Yeah. We targeted him.
And Steph, Steph in all the pick and rolls, bro.
All day, no. His team is nice. He just, KD and him, I think they're gonna struggle against my all-time team. And then, for my team, I went straight defense. All of these players have been on the NBA all-defensive team. So we built a nice little roster. So that's why I went with Chris Paul over Magic, simply for the defense and facilitation.
You can't go Chris Paul over Magic, Brian. That's blasphemy.
I don't care. I'm building the team here. He's not my first pick, but Chris Paul, it's team construction here.
Bro, you gotta.
Hey, Magic getting cooked by Steph. Straight. Magic gonna be Magic getting Chef Curry, bro. He has no chance of guarding anyone on that side of the ball. But yeah, that's our all-time starting 5. Let us know what you think. I'm sure y'all have some thoughts about our teams, especially without Magic. And speaking of Lakers, an all-time great Lakers, the Lakers are currently 9-2 without LeBron James after beating the Knicks this past Sunday. Chris, is it time for the Lakers to move on for Bron? Are they better without Bron?
Remember when we first came on? Mm-hmm. What did I say? LeBron James should what? Come off the bench. Told you this. They were humming. LeBron comes back. They were playing well, but they weren't playing at that level that they were to start the season. Mm-hmm. I watched that game yesterday in its entirety. The Knicks were never in it. Never in it. Guys who don't play defense were playing defense with energy. I watched DeAndre Ayton get 2 blocks on back-to-back possessions. I haven't seen that since Phoenix Suns Ayton. I watched Luka get a couple of charges, put his body on the line. I watched the ball move around. I watched Jared Vanderbilt anchor a defense. Listen, man, it's not that they're better off without LeBron James because you probably need him to win a championship, but this team's not going to win a championship with LeBron James. And it's not going to win a championship without LeBron James. But they sure do look better without LeBron James when you're watching them play basketball. And in 11 games, you have a really broad sample size to say that they're winning way more than they're losing. I'd move off of him. This has to be Luka's team going into next year. And a key priority for them in order for this to work is they have to bring back Reeves because I think they might lose him this offseason. This is the end. Last night's game signified the end. You have to make this Luka's team.
Yeah, it's hard to debate the numbers being 9-2, but you're trying to add some context to it. I ain't trying to be a Bron defender. It's time for him to go. That's clear. Are they better without Bron? I don't think they have as much continuity with Bron. Like every time Bron is in the lineup, Reeves is out. One of them is always out. It's never all 3 of them. So I'll give him a pass from that standpoint. But Luka And all AR-15 look good together.
Right.
I cannot lie. They look good together, and you put defensive players in the lineup. So you're starting more defensive players now, which LeBron is not anymore, which is okay. But when it comes to team construction, you can't have 3 bad defenders on the floor who demand the ball.
Doesn't work.
It does not work. And you know what else doesn't work? They're not playing together. So they don't even know how to share the ball or positioning on the floor or how the game is going to flow when LeBron comes back or when Austin Reeves comes back or when Luka comes back. It's always a guessing game. And it's hard because LeBron is LeBron. So,
and you're mentioning it, Brian. The one thing that you really didn't expect to be a problem for them is offense. But their offense isn't even really that good when all 3 of them play. Like,
because they're confused.
It's middle of the pack. I think they're like 16th or 17th in the NBA. Yeah. So it's just like, yo, if you can't play ball, if y'all all can't play defense, we really expected the offense to be all world. That's not the case. What are we doing here?
But yeah, so I mean, LeBron's time is up in LA. LeBron, it's time to come back to Cleveland and win you one more, man, and retire in Cleveland.
Listen, I really hope this happens too, though. If Detroit doesn't win the championship, I think they should target Austin Reeves.
Wow.
I think they should target Austin Reeves.
Lakers got to throw Austin Reeves the bag.
They're gonna have to.
They have to throw him the bag. He's a max player. I don't care what.
Perfect for Detroit. Perfect.
No, 100%. But Austin Reeves is a max player. So I hope the Lakers don't do anything dumb and let him go. Because we're seeing right now Luka and AR cooking. The white Lakers? The
exactly whites.
The white Lakers? I like them. Jerry West and them coming back. So no, that's it. LeBron got to figure it out. The Lakers got to figure out. Hopefully he get back healthy. Lakers contenders at all, or are they still pretenders?
They're still pretenders.
Yeah, I think I'm leaning to the pretender side. The relationship on that end is just not going so well. But yeah, that's all we have for today, folks. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think about our starting fives, about our NFL picks, free agency. Chat with us, man. And if y'all want to step up to the soapbox, jump into our inbox, man. We happy to have y'all come along for the ride. We out.
Deuces.